Good morning. Getting ready to mash in here. Very early here. I'm here warming the water. I got supposed to be about 8.8 gallons of water in here. I'm using my Brewing a bag system that I put together myself. And we're pretty much ready to mash in. We're brewing a New England IPA today. Going to use some new Galaxy and Nelson hops that I've got recently, and also some older ones. So we're almost ready to mash in. We're almost at temp. It takes no time with this system. First time I've brewed on it in quite a while, actually. Been waiting to get a temperature probe installed in the kettle. Got that done recently and ready to take it for a swing. So let's get ready to mash in here. Checking back in here. We are right now, our 60-minute mash had just finished. Let's see if we can get a peek in here. That's a bit better. Midway through the mash, I swapped out with the longer hose. Seems to be working much better. Timer just went off, so that means I need to set my temp to 168 for a mash out. I said I was going to do, so let's do that. I also got a vitality starter going here. I just kicked that off. Been having good luck with those so far. So I do have some yeast that I saved from a kind of side brew I did. I did a little small side brew to just kind of verify that the yeast was good. Because this is yeast that I've resurrected from my frozen stock, and it's been frozen for quite a while. My recipe here today is 8 pounds, 8 ounces of pale ale malt, 4 pounds of Pilsner malt, 1 pound of naked oats, 1 pound of warthog wheat, and 1 pound of, 8 ounces of chitted wheat, and it's all from Valley Malt. The hop bill, or the total hop bill, is going to be, let's go over here, our hop schedule. An ounce of Comet in the mash, 2.5 ounces, and Galaxy, 3 ounces of Simcoe in the Whirlpool. And then we have 5.5 ounces of Nelson and 5.5 ounces of Galaxy we're going to do for the dry hop. Yeast is London Ale 3. And I think that's it. So where are we temperature wise? We're getting close to our mash out temperature. The recirculation is chugging along, and the timer on Brewfather is telling me to start the mash out. Yeah, starting a 10-minute timer for mash out. I'm right about the temperature, so I have 5 minutes for the temperature rise, which was pretty close, so I'll just let it go from there. And then we will reset, and I'll be recording pulling the big old basket up. All right, boil started. Little vigorous boil going there. I could turn it up a bit more if I want. And what I'm at here is 67% on the controller. But that's a pretty nice rolling boil in my estimation. So that's it. And I have my return arm in there that still needs to be modified. I need to fix that because it was basically made for a shorter pot. I've had it like that for a while, and it's kind of over to the side. But yeah, we're gonna boil here for 60 minutes, and then we'll do the Whirlpool, and then we add our hops. So more to come. All right, so here the boil is just finishing up for good measure. All right, we're done. Heat off. Pump off, have the chiller all set up and chilled. Let me turn the fan back a little bit. It shouldn't need to be up full any longer. Post-boil volume is, I just stirred it and it shook around a little bit. It looks like it's right about 6 gallons, which is, where was that according to our estimations? Yeah, batch volume in the kettle is supposed to be 6.15. Yeah, we're right about there. So I'm going to wait right till the end to take the gravity reading, because even during the Whirlpool, even though we don't have heat on, we're going to get some evaporation here. All right, so my plan is, since we have a huge Whirlpool hop edition, let's give this one last little stir. So I'm going to pop my bag back in, which I cleaned, and that's what I'm going to add the hops to. I haven't, right now this pot doesn't have a dip tube in it, so I'm a little weary of just throwing all my hops in and using the counterflow chiller in a little bit here to chill my wort down. So let's see how it goes when we're ready. I do have the element off, but I'm still a little wary of having the bag sit on the element, but we should be good. Let's do that. In we go. Nice big hop charge. Put it in, stir it around a little bit. Bunch of splashing. But we'll let that stew for 45 minutes now. Timer set for that. So, what do we have here? There we go. We're just going to let that sit. According to the PID, we're already down to 200 degrees in there. So we are going to get some isomerization, obviously, but I'm following the recommendation of the Sapwood Cellars recipe, which was to just let it, put it in at flame out and let it sit for 45 minutes. Here we are. The Whirlpool is over, or the 45-minute Whirlpool is over. I just started recirculating right back into the counterflow chiller. Sorry, recirculating through the counterflow chiller back into the pot right now to bring the temperature down a little bit. When I get a second here, once I stop recording, I'm going to set this up and just transfer directly into the Spike Flex. All right, chugging right along with the transfer here. As you can see, didn't really do a true whirlpool or anything. Did put the bag on the side here out of the wort. So once our volume gets down a little bit, we're at about 4 gallons in the kettle right now. I'll bring that up and squeeze it. If I look down here at the spike, and this doesn't want to go where I want it to. Alright, you can see, or you can't see, yeah, you can see the wort going in there. I am doing a vitality starter again, and if anyone didn't catch it, I'm sure some people caught it. Here we go. It's not really going yet. I ran it for a while without a foil or cover on the top, so we'll let it roll. I don't think I need to worry about any kind of crazy infection or anything like that. But that's it. Alright, Vitality Starter is still chugging along here. We will wait on that. Here is our sample wort. Tasted, already took a sample, took the gravity readings. Did miss the numbers quite a bit. Let's see. This is probably not too interesting to look at here. Looking at the screen here. But anyway, just to fill in, did miss my pre-boil and my original gravity by 13 points below. When I did input everything into the recipe based on my settings, 1075 was about 5 points over where I wanted to be anyway, so I gave myself a little leeway to shoot for that. But being that this is the first time I've used this Brewfather profile that I set up, things were pretty close for the old brew in a bag electric system, my big sucker. And the only thing that was really off was my mash efficiency, which, my boil off rate, my volumes are pretty much spot on. Got 5.5 gallons into the fermenter. You can see here mash efficiency, I input 80 just to be based on where I was getting the last few times I used the system back a couple of years ago. Really, I was getting 80 by double crushing and crushing really fine. I'm got a new mill and I'm trying to set things so I can pretty much use it for all my systems. So I think if I just set it to 65 going forward, I should be in good shape. I had a nice crush. This grist as well, it had a couple of adjuncts like the naked oats and the chitted wheat. I really don't know exactly what extract I'm getting from those, but we shall see. Again, my mash pH For whatever reason, the batch recipe didn't pick up the lactic acid addition, and really my mash pH was 5.4, which is a little bit above what brewing water gave me. But again, pretty happy overall. We'll take this one. The wort in the 92 degrees right now is what we have in the flex. 92 degrees, so it's going to take a little while to chill down to that, to 72. Actually, I want to ferment at 68, so might as well set that as well right now. So it's got a little bit to go here, so we'll set that to 68. We will again get it time to get down to temperature, give my starter some time to get where it needs to be, and we'll go from there. All right. So it's been an interesting brew day. First time using the my big system again, for the first time in a while. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to, because I've used the Grainfather primarily for quite a bit. But I love that system. It's a true 240 brew in a bag. The water heats up great, really, really fast. The boil is, I can make it as vigorous as I want to be. So I do have a few other changes coming. I do have a better basket coming, which I'll certainly talk about that when it comes in. And yeah, I think that's it to wrap it up.